The world 4 million years ago was not a home, it was a test. Every mountain hid danger, every shadow concealed death. Our ancestors were fragile beings trapped in a world ruled by fang, claw, and storm. Hunger gnawed endlessly. Fire had not yet been tamed. Nightfall meant fear. Yet, against every natural law, they endured. They fought for warmth, for food, for life itself, and from their struggle, something extraordinary emerged: intelligence, unity, resilience. From trembling hands that struck the first spark to voices that echoed in the firelight, the story of humanity began not in comfort, but in chaos. This is their story, the story of how we survived when survival seemed impossible. The earth of prehistory was merciless. Ice stretched across continents. Thunderstorms split the sky open. Predators ruled without challenge. Early humans were neither the strongest nor the fastest, but they were the most determined. Every day was a fight against extinction. Droughts turned rivers to dust. Blizzards froze entire valleys. Lightning storms ignited the forests where they hid. They learned to read the land, the scent of rain, the tracks of prey, the whisper of danger on the wind. Survival depended on awareness. One missed sound could mean death. It was a world that punished weakness and rewarded adaptation. And humanity began to change. When plants grew scarce, tribes turned to the hunt. They moved in silence through the tall grass, every heartbeat echoing like thunder. Their tools were crude, sticks hardened by flame, stones sharpened against bone, but their determination was unbreakable. The chase was a matter of life and death. Spears flew. Blood steamed against the cold air. The fallen prey meant survival, failure meant hunger. Around the fire, they ate not just for strength, but for hope. Gatherers foraged through forests, learning which roots healed and which killed. Every discovery was bought with risk, every meal with courage. Hunger shaped thought. Need shaped invention. They were never alone. Lions, wolves, and saber-toothed cats ruled the night. To step into the dark was to gamble with death. But humans learned to fight back. They threw stones, raised torches, shouted together as one voice of defiance. Slowly, courage became their weapon. They hunted the hunters, turned fear into fury. In each battle with beasts, humanity discovered what no other animal possessed: the will to fight as a group, and to never surrender. Then came the miracle. Fire. Lightning struck dry grass, and in that chaos, they saw power. Flames that once brought terror became tools of life. Fire warmed their shelters, hardened their weapons, and guarded them from the creatures of the dark. But more than anything, fire gathered them. Around its glow, they shared stories, laughter, and knowledge. In the flicker of flame, they found something new: connection. The first heartbeat of civilization pulsed in that light. Alone, they were weak. Together, they were unstoppable. They hunted in packs, crafted plans, and used sound and gesture to communicate. The young learned by watching. The old led by wisdom. Their unity gave rise to strategy, corralling herds, ambushing prey, building shelters against the cold. Tribal life taught the ultimate truth: survival wasn't a solitary act, it was a shared destiny. The world shifted again. Ice advanced. Prey vanished. Entire groups disappeared from the earth. Yet, others endured, because they learned to adapt. Stone became blade. Bone became needle. Fire became forge. They painted their hunts upon cave walls, not just art, but memory, a way to teach those who would follow. Each innovation carried humanity one step further from extinction and one step closer to dominance. The prehistoric struggle was not a tale of brutality, it was the birth of humanity. Every scar, every hunger, every spark of fire shaped who we are. We are the descendants of survivors, of dreamers who looked into the darkness and refused to die. Their courage lives in our blood, their endurance in our bones. When we build, when we fight, when we hope, we echo their story. Because the story of humanity is the story of survival itself.